walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Why? Process, Chapter 1. I'm alongside Cade Scanlon. Cade is a rising junior at Spalding High School. Say something to the camera.
Great to be here, Slate. Out here. We're about to talk about...
Now, Cade came to me with some interesting ideas, and I told him, let's backtrack a little bit, and let's talk about my experience with talking about topics such as inside and outside the box, all right? We all know that catchphrase.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking outside the box.
Definitely.
Now, let's define the inside, and how far do these levels differentiate, all right?
There are really two different types of thinking, or several actually, but the ones I'd like to propose are divergent and convergent thinking. Divergent being the more creative, a split in the road. And I took the road that was less traveled, because there's rocks and thorns. And then there's the convergent, which is more the inside of the box. It's more the straight way.
It's the social norms.
The social norms.
Everything we know now as of society, and
Exactly.
everything society has to bring to the table.
Yeah. So, Slate, I'd like to propose a question maybe for you to answer. How do you feel that convergent thinking, inside the box thinking, is leading us today in society?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to answer that question with another question.
Okay.
Now, inside the box, what does that mean in our societies, and how does that define the outside of the box?
Well,
now, I know this might sound funny and give you some laughs inside, but really when you think about it, deep down, this is a life-changing topic.
Yeah.
If we're not outside the box, then how are we different from one another?
Yeah.
We're all uniform.
Definitely.
Kind of like in my last topic of thought, I was talking with my cousin about the fourth dimension. He was talking about how the fourth dimension, sorry about that, the fourth dimension, it's all about everybody's uniformal. Alright? When you're uniformal, how do you change? That's the outside of the box.
Yeah.
And, alright,
Great question.
there's my answer to that question.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like how you phrase that.
Yeah, so, alright, now, what are the boundaries? What are the edges, the corners, the sides of the box that allow us or restrict us from being our true self?
Well, I'd like to say that the edges are really sometimes your peers. Your peers keep you down, definitely. Sometimes your parents. Your parents can definitely keep people down. A lot of people, the phrase daddy issues can keep you inside the box. And I'd like to say that a lot of times, and most of the time, it's yourself. Yeah. The old nail biter. Yourself. I'd like to say that...
that interests me in something. When you say yourself, how can yourself restrict yourself from getting outside the box along with yourself?
Well...
Because that's really broad, and I just don't really
Yourself.
grasp that topic.
What is yourself? Yourself is...
Identity.
A collection of thought. What you think of yourself. Individuality. A lot of what we think from ourselves, we get from our peers, and we get from our experiences, in Asian cultures and more Eastern parts of the world, they have a more group culture and a more respect and societal expectations. But here in the West, we're a lot more individual, a lot more self-orientated. And that's kind of like we get ourself from kind of our nature, but also our nurture, which is a big issue in today's society.
Okay, all right, nature, I love how you brought that up. Nature, all right? Sorry about that. Nature versus nurture, okay?
Yeah.
Which one has more of an effect of taking you outside the box? And how does it do it?
It's a great question.
I just want to hear your insight of, because I have my answer, and I'll formulate that as I hear, and I'll reflect on what you think.
Yeah. That's a really conflicting question, because nature and nurture is that, centuries-long debate, which is really the most important.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'd say probably nature. You know what I'm saying? Because, definitely your parents and the way they raise you and your friends and your peers and where you grow up is definitely a huge thing, but the nature, like where you grow up.
Cade, I'm gonna have to stop right there. You are completely wrong. Listen, I've done philosophical studies about this. Nature versus nurture. It's neither.
It's neither.
No.
Interesting.
The only thing.
Please elaborate.
Okay. All right. Let me put this in retrospect. Okay. You are Cade Scanlon.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say you're all right. You have people influencing your life left and right.
Oh yeah.
Nature versus nurture.
Definitely.
You have your genetics that influence your life. You have peers. You have people from all over just coming into your life and forming you. Really, when you're thinking about outside the box, the only thing that can take yourself outside the box is your thought and your experiences and what you think about what different topics you like to consider. All right. So really,
you're saying there's
no. Stop right there. Okay. It's only yourself that can actually take yourself out of the picture and place yourself in different realities. Now, in that phrase, you define your own box.
Yeah.
All right. So wow. Now let's go back. Let's sidestep from that. What made you say nature?
Well, I'd like to say that
even though you're completely wrong. I mean,
for sure.
I'm an expert at this stuff, and I've done multiple studies and.
So you're saying your answer was the third realm of yourself, taking yourself out of the box. I like that. But I said nature because nurture kind of keeps you conformed and kind of keeps you like the people around you and who you're raised by. But nature can kind of take you out of your situation because you see kids that may grow up in great poverty, but some of them don't stay in that poverty. They break out of that, and it's awesome to see. So that's why I said nature. But I really like the idea of that third realm of yourself. But here, I'll go into another question. So you're inside your box. Once you get outside your box, are there other boxes? Bigger boxes that keep you inside that space outside your box? That keep you in bigger parameters?
All right, listen up, Cade. This is my thing. You can't ask the questions. That's all right. But I love your question, and we'll get to that later. But just know for future reference.
Yeah.
I asked the questions here, and you need to just back off a little bit. All right. So, anyways,
sorry.
This is why you're wrong. All right.
Yeah.
Nature. All right. It's who you are. How can you get outside the box if you're just the same in who you are? All right.
Yeah.
So you're wrong. I'm right. You can't change yourself with nature. Anyways, going back to that topic though of different boxes, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Because you got your box, and then you got society's box.
Yeah.
And then you got world box.
Exactly.
But breaking different boxes.
It's tough.
Is that hard? Is it possible? Is it impossible? What do you think about that?
I think that getting outside the first box is tough. Breaking your own box and exceeding that, and then actually the boxes could be arranged in different levels. The first box could be society. The second box could be your environment, and then the third could be yourself.
Right.
But anyway, just let's say yourself is the first box. Just getting outside that is very difficult. And then once you get outside of that, you really have to push yourself, make sure you keep outside that box, because you can digress boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wait, hold up. What'd you say?
You can digress boxes. You can get out of one box and come back into it. Because if the second box is so hard to conquer. If you can't get outside of that, then you might even fall back into the first box. It's tough. You gotta be vigilant. You gotta be active. But most importantly, you can't be too active. Too vigilant.
What skills take you outside the box?
What skills?
Let's sidetrack from that previous question and go on to this one.
Yeah.
Skills that you need to attain.
I think everyone, to be able to get out of their boxes, needs to take time and just stare at a wall for a little bit.
Reflect.
Yeah, reflect. You need to be able to just sit there and just stare at the wall and just understand that by looking at the wall, you're just sitting there and calmly reflecting on what you really need to be understanding, to really get what you want.
We had some technical difficulties there. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Cade, you were talking about reflection and what that has to do with inside and outside the box. What skills? What skills it takes?
It's like I was saying, reflection. You really got to start off by staring at a wall is a good practice. Like I was elaborating in the last bit of our portion, and I think that there are definitely other forums. Haven't quite got tons of reflection myself yet. Maybe we could hear a little bit from you about your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so some skills that can take you outside the box. I would have to say meditation.
Meditation. I like it.
Because that's where you find who you truly are and everything you have to offer, and that's where you change.
And that's how you get out of yourself box. Yeah.
Yes. Right, precisely. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for listening, and have a good night.
Definitely.